Hello, hope all is well today. Alrighty, now today we're going to go over something pertaining to your business growth. Okay, I've talked enough about getting you started and getting you set up, and you already know the deal in that, right? Alrighty, now what we're going to focus on from this point on for the next few days. I want you to learn more about this funding that's out here for you. I've been getting the emails. I know it's there. So we're going to help you. At least we can help you talk about where we help you get ready for that portion of it, because you still need to be structured. You still need to be together, not necessarily just telling you what to do. You guys know about the LLC. That is a part of your structure too. You know about EIN number, you know about your business bank account, you know a little bit about those kind of things too, right? So at least, and if you don't, then you just heard them. All right. Okay. Now, but what I do want to iterate a little bit and dive a little bit deeper on those things that's going to make you look good in the eyesight of getting a grant, getting a loan. And I want to talk a little bit about the State Small Business Credit Initiative Program. I've talked to several states, and I've talked to different people that are programs that are in their communities. A lot of them are over the community development centers, and some of them are over the business development centers in different cities and different states and things like that handles that particular money. But let me explain it a little bit. The State Small Business Credit Initiative Program is called it's abbreviated in the acronym they use is SSBIC, and that's what when you see that, that's what they're speaking of. Now, what is happening is President Biden. You see, I was going to say President Obama. President Biden and Vice President Harris, they collected the data, and they realized that a lot of since the pandemic, there were a lot of applications and a lot of businesses started right after COVID and things like that. Now they know too, and this is from what the information that I've read from the website of the government, the Small Business Credit Initiative, that have also funded states, with the funds for this particular program. So what they're saying is that, since the economy is where it is too, and they understand that, okay, a lot of people now are really, it changed a lot of us. I talk to a lot of people that they say, wow, this really changed my world. This really changed the way I see things. So in other words, the data has proven that small businesses are alive and well, and people are starting them at an alarming rate. So, and they know there's this underserved community. Now, their definition of underserved community is, small businesses and people that are in, certain development, certain neighborhoods. And then if you have a business in those underserved communities or neighborhoods or whatever they, the terminology that they use, I think it's communities, that's the terminology, not neighborhoods. They use that particular word. What is going to happen is that you will definitely qualify for even other programs, and it's called the HUD zone. Now the HUD zone, that's really a total different group, money, and there's monies in different cities that haven't been used, but your business had to be up and running before COVID. You have to have, there's a certain criteria for you to meet, and they'll give you funding still to help you outside of this State Small Business Credit Initiative Program I'm speaking of, because I spoke with one of the one of the ones that handled this particular program, and she explained to me, and she told me. And then one thing, what I do is let me tell y'all, I go and get the information from the source. So when I bring you something, it's from the source, okay? It's not from some secondhand information or somebody that's guessing and just talking, trying to hustle and get you to buy their course and all this crazy stuff. I don't operate that way. So anyway, with these particular programs, there's money there, but a lot of them haven't been used. The monies haven't been used simply because people have not applied. And a lot of businesses are qualified, but you just hadn't, you probably didn't know about it, because I found out about it when I was reading a document, and I just, what I did was I Googled I said, well, let me see what kind of program is this. And so it went down the rabbit hole, and it led me down a little area. It was like, okay, we have one here in Augusta. So when she told me that, so I applied for my business, and actually, and she told me what I needed to do. And yes, there's funding, and until it's gone. But a lot of the funding, she said, wasn't used during when the pandemic, when they were giving it out. I'm not talking about the PPP loan situations. I'm talking about other funds. Okay, these are other funds that is like in the community redevelopment or community development grants and loans and things like that. This is what, let me back up. This is not a loan. This is a grant that I'm speaking of. I'm sorry if I said loan. I meant this particular thing I'm mentioning for the community, for your local city. It's a grant. You don't have to pay that back. Now, other programs that I'm talking about, the State Small Business Credit Initiative Program is a loan. But what it is the banks will, the federal government has given the bank, they have guaranteed so much funding. I think it might be 80% of a loan for you if you have a business. Now, the federal government has partnered with the banks, and basically the states have put in the application. Now you can go to your you can Google whatever city or state you're in, go to your state, whatever state you're in, and then put in SSBIC, say, let's say Georgia SSBIC program, and it'll give you some information, and it'll give you, and what I've noticed, because I've researched really not all of the 50 states, but most of them, because a lot of people, when I put this video on YouTube last year, a lot of them was reaching out to me and wanting me to give them, information of more, did I know more information about it. And some of them, I went a little deeper, because I told them that, if they would let me know what what state they were in, I was checking to things. And what I've noticed, that each one of them, the website the functionality is a little bit different, but you can navigate through sometimes. And I don't know, a lot of people don't have the patience, but look, you should have the patience for business. That's a whole nother conversation for another day, because a lot of times what I'm finding is people don't like to read, and sometimes the little money be right there, be right there in your face, and then you miss out because you didn't do your due diligence. You didn't read, and you didn't, if you don't understand it, find someone that can help you navigate through it. You just gotta pay somebody for the services and do it or whatever. So anyway, what I was saying about that, but get off track. But no, what I'm telling you about the State Small Business Credit Initiative Program is, like I said, the federal government giving them funds to the banks. They're, you got to qualify now. I think the credit is not for, you should have your credit okay, good, in a good standing, but I'm sure they maybe want you to have a 620, but whatever the bank's requirement is, I think a lot of times that's what it is. But there are programs that's coming. One should be coming out in February, and I got to reach back out to the young lady that I inquired. I know for the state of Georgia, she was telling me that there is another program that they have gotten funding from the federal government. That's a new program that they're working on. They were getting ready to get theirs pushed out in February, and that's for the state of Georgia. I am not sure of any other state, but I have to get back with her, because she mentioned to me that there was a program, but I guess they really hadn't named it yet. That's basically what she was telling me. And that other one was still out there, but this was another one that will probably help. So, and anyway, and like I said, I'm giving you, I'm not, I'm giving you what the information that I'm getting too as well. So, I just want to share that with you. But if you are working on your business, if you are working on expanding it, like I said, and if you're having a hard time, with the financial piece, there are programs, there's grants out there for you. You have got to do the work. Now, like I said, the basic, the LLC, your EIN number, all this stuff, have your business registered and things like that. You need to have that done. And I think certain programs if I was reading earlier today, they even have funding for sole proprietors, but you're limited when you're sole proprietor. You're not protected. Okay. That's for number one. But let me, LLC and above, you're better off. So let me go on and continue to tell you what I'm speaking of when I'm mentioning to you about that, the business planning portion of it. They want to know what you're going to do with the money, and the best way to use money that's coming through a grant or getting a loan and things like that. And if you're getting a whole entire loan and you don't have a business, you definitely need to go from A to Z with that, because they definitely want to know what's your team like, who's in management, how are you going to win. They're looking for a lot of things. And then to establishing yourself not only for getting grants and loans too, I want you to focus on getting your business profile together, so where you can be able to get business loans. And don't listen to these people out here telling you guys to do unethical things and to get business loans, all this kind of stuff, all this business credit and all this crazy stuff. Stop listening to them folks doing that. No, don't do that. But, like I said, the time is going to pass anyway. You can make sure that you are taking your strategy step by step by step and doing it in a, just doing it. Just really saying, okay, I'm going to focus this year, or I'm going to focus this week, this month, this quarter, whatever, these next 2 or 3 months, I'm going to focus on getting myself established so where I can be able to maximize my potential, with this idea I have. And, just take it one day at a time, and take it one project at a time, take it one goal at a time. And the time is going to pass anyway. When you look, we'll be at the end of the year and you would have accomplished so much. Okay. So this is what I want you to do, because we're still at the beginning of the year. I know you New Year's resolutions, you've kind of like you're coming down from that. If you've been thinking about them, and you probably are you on track. Or were you on track, or you got sidetracked, or whatever the case may be. But still, it's still early in the year for you to be able to get a lot done. And like I said, getting the business plan portion is very important. And that business plan is going to help you rock. You're going to be rocking. You're going to be rocking. You're going to be rocking, and everybody going to want to give you some money, and everybody going to help that business grow, because you know what? You done thought that thing out, and they see the plan. See, when people are giving you funding and grants and things like that, they got to see the vision too. You got to write that vision down. What the word said, write the vision, make it plain. Proverbs. I can't remember the verse though, but I know it's in Proverbs. It said, write the vision and make it plain. So y'all got to write that vision and make it plain. I'm telling you. And it's going to help you too. You're going to be like, you're going to stick your chest out. You're going to say, hey, you know what? All right. I got this. And you'll be more encouraged. And then I think you'll follow through with what some of the things that you decided to do, and then not get discouraged. So anyway, that's just a little bit that I want to share with you, but I'm going to be coming back and talking more, because next week I definitely want to get you in the Zoom training and that I'm going to do. It's going to be a free class to kind of give you a little bit more in depth. And then if you want my help, I'm going to give you, we're going to have a probably 6 weeks class. And what I want you to do is take whatever you're going to do step by step by step by step. And the reason why, because you can put yourself in a better position. And I'll be researching all of a lot of the grants, and also a lot of if you have a specific location, and see, that's another thing. If whatever state you're in, if you're not in Georgia, if you have a specific area that we need to, a specific state that you're in that we need to just work with you one-on-one, you'll be able to ask your questions in the group. So the training is going to be, working with me one-on-one is not going to, that's the only way right now you're going to be able to work with me one-on-one, unless you're willing to pay at least $5,000 to work with me just one-on-one now, because I know what I have to help you get this stuff done is going to be more valuable. Working with one-on-one, and my time is consumed that way. So anyway, that's all I want to say to you right now about that. So You also, in order to get on the list too, and if you're not a part of the community, Push the Dream community, text Push the Dream to 833-247-6465. Text Push the Dream to 833-247-6565. One more time, text Push the Dream to 833-247-6465 and get on the list. Okay, alrighty. Well, I will see you later on the video, and have a beautiful afternoon. Okay, bye-bye. Take care.